Good afternoon, it's Lisa MacLeod, your co-host of Sunrise Eastern Ontario. I'm joined by my special guest,
Stéphane, Sarrazin, MPP for Glengarry, Prescott, Russell.
Nolan, Quinn, and Stormont, Dundas, South Glengarry.
And our very special guest this week from Carleton, needs no introduction, but we're very proud to have her on, MPP Goldie Ghamari.
Hi, hello.
And Goldie, we're going to start with you. You are always so busy and doing lots of stuff in Carleton.
Yeah.
But you're doing stuff across the province to support the party and the government. We're on a break week. What do you plan on doing this week to showcase all the things that you're doing at Queen's Park, here at home in Ottawa, and in particular Carleton?
So, something I find really interesting is, we call it a break week, but I find it's actually always busier for all of us. And a lot of people don't realize that. So they think, oh, legislature's not sitting. We're probably in our coffins hiding away until the legislature resumes, right? Because we have no lives. But no, it's actually super, super busy, I'm sure, as it is for all of you. So as you know, today we just finished a tour with the Premier. We had an announcement. Tomorrow, my day is packed full with constituency meetings. And tonight I'm also going to a rural summit in North Gore with Councillor David Brown. Tomorrow I have all constituency meetings. Wednesday I'm doing a visit and tour with Michael Parsa, Minister of Children and Community Social Services. And then on Thursday I have an announcement possibly about education. So it's just very, very busy week. And that's in between all the unscheduled things like meetings and phone calls and, constituency inquiries. And I have a ton of events I'm attending as well.
And just before I pass it over to the guys, one of the things you're very good at is taking what you learn in your constituency, which is it's rural and suburban. So there's high growth happening, and that's hard to manage the sort of the growth and the agrarian roots at the same time. But you take a lot of the stuff that you do in the constituency at Queen's Park, and you translate it into stuff you're doing on the floor of the legislature. And I've never been in the House, ever, where you've gotten up and you have not mentioned Carleton.
Well, I think it's really important to do that. I mean, part of the reason I got into politics is to represent the people of Carleton, right? So for me, it's really important to make that connection and to make that link back to Carleton. Like everything that we're doing, every single announcement we're making or legislation or bill that we're passing, for me, it's important to connect that back to the riding and to connect it back to the community so people can see the relevance and the importance of what it is we're doing and how that's actually having a positive impact in the people of Carleton, especially since Queen's Park can sometimes seem like really far away.
Yeah.
So it's just a really good way for me to bring it back home and show the connection there. And of course, any single opportunity I have to talk about Carleton in Queen's Park, I do. All of my member statements are about Carleton. I've recently spoken about the service clubs. There was one in Richmond. I've spoken about legions. I've read a poem that was part of a young kid from Carleton who won a poetry contest with the Legion in Manotick. I read that in the legislature. So yeah, I always find a way to bring it back to the riding because it's so important for people to know that they do have a voice at Queen's Park.
Now the boys both about your riding, which is interesting because I remember when I had Nepean Carleton, I would be part of almost a Stormont Dundas with Glengarry, which is you, and Glengarry Prescott Russell. So I know there's some common themes that happen in your constituencies with the boundaries. So what are you thinking there, Nolan? A lot of the stuff Goldie's talking about. I mean, you have the city of Cornwall, but a lot of rural, just like she does.
Very similar. So I have Winchester, right, which just abuts right up to Goldie and the Winchester Hospital and Dundas Manor. I know there's a lot of crossover.
A lot of people from Metcalfe and surrounding areas, even like Vernon, will go to Winchester Hospital.
That's a nice small rural hospital, but it's fairly quick to get in and out.
Yeah.
And the fall fairs. Those are the best.
Well, the ones in Carleton are the best. So I'm just saying, like Metcalfe, Richmond, and the Capital Fair. Obviously, the best ones.
We have Canada's oldest fair, and Williamstown.
there you go.
I'm trying to create a fight here. Is what I'm trying to do here.
Wait, how old is it?
187.
Oh, okay, I see. I think Metcalfe is maybe 1 year younger. I think Metcalfe is 186. Okay.
We brag about it.
What about you? You've got some fall fairs, but you got the Glengarry Highland Games, and so this got
which is right on the border of both of our ridings. Actually,
a few years at the games.
Yeah, you and I both.
Yeah, we got some fairs also. Like some of the old ones, like Navan Fair. Russell Fair, Mantle Hill Fair. So yeah, it's going to be a busy summer.
It's coming up. Do you have any parting thoughts for our colleague before she has to run?
No, I think we represent like similar ridings, And we're probably going to be doing some announcement in the near future together.
Yeah. Et il y a beaucoup de francophones dans Metcalfe and in that part. So on the east side of Carleton, lots of francophone people as well, which spills over into Glengarry, Prescott, Russell.
Yes.
Wow.
Alors, j'ai toujours pratique mon français.
Yes, he is
Yeah.
good.
Well, we're going to have a few subtitles on this. Well, Goldie, look, I know you're busy, and we sort of settled you down because we haven't been able to arrange our schedules to get you on. Want to thank you for everything. You are a strong, fearless champion, not just for Carleton, but for women, new Canadians, and anybody that needs their story shared. You find a way to do that. So we're very proud of you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate everything that you're doing as well. It's a great podcast and happy to be on.
It's hilarious.
So
I'm telling you, 1,000 people watch this.
I love that. That's amazing. Well, you can make that 1,001 because I'm going to go and watch it after. So.
Excellent. Now, guys, do you have anything parting that you have to add? Come on, Stéphane. You've been busy. You've been doing your stuff.
Yeah, I've been busy. A lot of celebrations. I mean, 50th anniversary of some Optimist Club, all kinds of events. And I feel like, we're catching back from COVID with all these events.
Yeah.
Like a lot of events are going on in every riding, but it's fun. It's fun. I really enjoy it myself, to be there with the people. And people say to me, you must be fed up with the, having to attend, but you know what?
It's fun, eh?
Yeah,
it's my favorite part,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, young fella?
I was just at a volunteer gala. I know we just had National Volunteer Week that just passed. So South Stormont had theirs. And then this week I'm doing a lot of school tours. Connect with the youth and just try to get them motivated to vote.
Oh, that's good.
Well, that's awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it here first. What your Eastern Ontario MPPs are doing. We were happy to have our friend and our colleague, MPP Goldie Ghamari, join us from Carleton. Of course, we got Nolan Quinn, who is the member for Stormont, Dundas, South Glengarry, and Stéphane Sarrazin from Glengarry, Prescott, and Russell. You have a strong team.
And let's not forget MPP Lisa MacLeod, the longest serving Ottawa area MPP, 18 years, from the fantastic riding of Nepean.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So that's Sunrise Eastern Ontario. Sunrise is here first. That's why we're the smartest in the legislature.
The next time.